Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to read a little piece of music for those people who like to read or are learning to read. I got to say though that these are advanced pieces, but if you slow anything down and if you understand your note values, we're going to be in 2/4 time signature. I have the piece up here so you can be looking at it and studying it a little bit as I give the introduction here. I'm going to be playing on the practice pad. There's a reason for that. I'll tell you in a second. This is the fourth piece in from the book Adventures in Solo Drumming, 20 Snare Drum Solos. I've done the first three already. The first three I did though, I had them worked out. I played them twice. I played it one at a slower tempo for you to perhaps be able to follow along, and then I played them at the recommended tempos. The recommended tempos really fly along. I'm sure this one's no different. All right, so why am I doing it? I haven't looked at this. I haven't worked on this yet. So I thought it'd be perhaps interesting to go through the initial steps that I do personally when I am perhaps, get a piece of music or handed a piece of music and to read, and what I do just to get started. That might help you out a little bit. Also, when I saw this, I said, wow. The only other time I looked at this, honestly, was the Montrose Miracle I did. I don't know how many videos ago. It's the last piece I read. I said, I got to do another one of these soon, and I haven't done any. But at the end of that video, I said, well, let's see what's next. And I looked, and I put, oh, that looks interesting. And that's the only time I looked at it. So I haven't worked on it at all. So I thought it'd be cool to go through that process. The other thing is, last video I did, which was Flam last week or whatever, flams on as fills, using the flam rudiments as fills on the drum kit. And I thought, wow, when I looked at this today, I said, oh my goodness, there's so many flam stuff in here. There's flam taps, there's flamadiddles, there's flam accents, there's all kinds, there's drags in here too. But I said, wow, perfect timing, let's do this. I'm on the practice pad today because I know in the past on the electronic drums, if I were to do something fast, because this has drags in it and some flams, and sometimes if you do a flam on the electronic kit, or a rough, or even a roll, you might hit a dead area. There might be a dropped sound on there. Although you would hear it on the pad, you don't hear it on the drum, and I would have to do it over. So I'm not taking any chance with all the flams and drags. I don't want to have a beat dropped out just because it didn't register. So that's why I'm on the pad. All right, so let's take a look now at what I do. I'll show you what I do here. I'm going to set this up here. All right, so the first thing I do when I get a look at a piece, and I just kind of look through it and see if there's anything that stands out as being something that I haven't seen before, or just something that might be like, oh, okay, let me see how that is. So as I look through here, I see how much fun this could be or will be, or how much challenge it could be. One is always sticking. Everything's a sticking notation in here. So sticking, pay attention to sticking, and the dynamics. I noticed dynamics from soft to loud to medium loud to piano, forte. So loud to soft to medium, starts medium loud. We are in 2/4 time. The recommended tempo is 112. Let's see what 112 is real quickly here. Let's go up to, give me a second here, 112. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let me just see if I can go through that first initial thing here. 1, 2, 1. Okay, all right. So 112 is going to clip along, especially as I go. Okay, all right. So I'm not going to do 112, obviously, today. Just going to read it. So once I glance at the page initially, I look. I'll go through it now. I'll just start. I don't have I'm not going to set a tempo or anything. I'm just going to. Okay, I can read that. So, but I'm just going to see what comes along as I go. But I'll slow it down. So it's. I know if I would stop or something, I'll keep going, but I'm going to see why I stopped there. Let's see, I'm going to go through these two bars right here. Right, so now I come across this little sticking thing here. So I look at it, and I just might slow that down there. That's a flam accent there, flam taps. You see all kind of rudiments in here. And I'll pick it up here. Sticking. Dynamics going from here. Let's see. Let's start here. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. This here. You notice all the flam taps in here. Flam taps. Flam accent again, or without the accent, but the flam accent thing. And so this is 1 and 2, that's an 8th, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That's a 9-stroke roll there. So let's start right here. I got off sticking somewhere. Let's see, start here. Ooh, little tricky area right here with the flamadiddle, and then rough dragadiddle. "30-second notes at the end there. Didn't notice, I did notice, but they're paradiddles, 30-second notes at the end. Let me do that last line. Okay. All right. So I played it through, not worrying about the tempo, just coming across what spots were a little tricky, maybe just looking at it, going over. Now, after I've done that, the next step for me is once I've gone through it and say, all right, the trickiness is definitely going to be the dynamics and the sticking to follow the sticking. Nothing in the note values except for that bottom where it goes from a flamadiddle to the dragadiddle. That is, just, little tricky at that regular C at 112. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Wow, that was the last 3 measures. Not bad. there. Yeah. So it's going to be it's a little, well, yeah, tricky part. All right, so next step, now I'm going to set a tempo. I'm going to set a tempo, and I don't have any specific thing in mind. I'm going to try one. Let's slow it down to perhaps 82, from 112 to 82. And now I'm going to try to read through the whole piece without stopping. If I do make a mistake, and at least once or twice, I'm going to slow the tempo down. So let's try it at 82. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Go. All right, seriously, already messed up. Let's sticking. It's sticking. All right. Now, if I come across, I mean, this is early. Look at that sticky. But if I come across like that and I mess that up, and I just might play these 2 bars at that tempo. Do it again. Okay, now I'll start from the beginning. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, let's that roll. Start at the beginning again. Ready, go. Ah! Here we go. Okay, now I'm going like, all right, really? That little sticking thing? So, based on that, I'm slowing it down. I'm going to go to 72. And it shouldn't give me a problem. All right. 72. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so I played through it. Was I perfect with it? No, I know I missed sticking in there, but I caught it right the next thing. I corrected myself, some of the dynamics, whatever. But at least I played it all the way through. All right, so what did that do? It made me a little familiar with seeing 72 seemed to work. But I probably could have done it at 82. Can't believe that sticking thing at the beginning. But nobody goes. So 72, got through it. Now, I would typically go through it 72 again, or whatever tempo that was for you, whatever it was. It could have been whatever. But for me, 72, I'd go through it again at 72. Once I got it, now, then I would bump up the speed, all right? I might go to 82, try 82, all right? Then play. And if I had a problem, okay, not ready for 82, I'll go to 77. I'll just drop it down 5. So that's what I would do. But the idea is to play through it. The more you play through it, the more familiar you become, and it's easier to then build up the speed. I should point out one thing. If you don't know this, on the fourth line down, first two measures, and it also comes on the fourth from the last at where D starts. You see the little tie-in. You see this little tie-in there. Do you know what that means? You know what that's for? You actually, it's almost, instead of putting a rest on on the downbeat of the two, like one E and a two E and the two is silent. That tie-in, just you play this note, and then next note you play is the drag here. So it would be one, two, one, two, as opposed to one, two, all right. So that first, the second, right, the downbeat of the second beat is silent because of that tie. That's what that means. So you see it in those first. Okay, and you see it down here too. All right, and it might be somewhere else. It comes somewhere else in there somewhere. All right, so there you go. I'm going to work on this a little bit, try to get it up to 102, hopefully in the next hour or two, and maybe up to 112. So there you go. Have fun. Go drum. I'm going to do that last line. Let's see here.